Hello, Winterborn Witchy. Welcome to Cerridwen's kitchen. Excuse me as I'm unpacking my cleansing bundle here. It's a bit noisy. Right, here we go. So today I thought while I'm cleansing my Gothic Vampire Tarot, I thought this would be a good opportunity to check in with everyone and just have a general chat about readings, client expectations, and just some general pointers. I'm talking as well, coming from a place of integrity when I'm delivering my readings, which I'm going to be doing some live readings soon, so look out for those. So just to start this off, this look at readings in general. So various readers will have various skill sets and methods to deliver those readings to their clients. A psychic is defined as a person who uses extrasensory perception to identify hidden information from the mainstream senses. So this is where they're tapping in to a different layer of the psyche. And then it is defined as a special mental ability which, when tapped in, to assist you in being more receptive in analysing and gaining wider perspectives in situations. Then there's mediumship, which is the ability to connect and mediate with otherworldly spirits, entities and energies. And then there's telepathy, which is a direct transference of thought from one individual to another. Clairsentience is an innate emotional awareness of information. It's a feeling and it's a knowing. And, it's someone could walk into a room and be able to feel what's going on or what people's energies are projecting. And then you have clairaudience, the ability to hear sounds and intuitive vocal messages from otherworldly spirits and entities. And then we have the various tools that are used as well. So this could include tarot, pendulums, crystal balls, crystals, Ouija, tea leaf reading, oracle, dowsing. There's just so much more. And, I'm not going to go into every single skill set and tool. This is just, getting a flavour of what happens in readings. So this look at readings. Now, readings is about you being open to receiving insight about opportunities, possibilities. It's about that information gathering to gain a wider perspective on situational circumstances. And, the reader is that spiritual conduit who is and should be relaying those messages and the information in a healthful and safe manner. However, if your mind is closed to only wanting to focus on a specific part of your life that appears to be never changing or seems to be stuck, and there's this constant repeat pattern, which is not serving you well, and you are not open to identifying the positive opportunities that are being presented for you to be able to make good change and to also equally benefit, then any reading you have will never be fluid if you are not open to the possibilities that are coming out in that reading. So, for example, if you're constantly waiting for someone else to change their actions or behaviour, or maybe to return back to you, before you're influencing your own life or to make those changes or decisions, then you are ultimately preventing yourself from creating a healthful and less painful reality. And by not pulling on your own resources and believing in you No reading can make change happen. Insight from a reading is to provide you with a broader perspective. And it's about thinking, okay, these are the possibilities I am hearing. It may be different to the expectations that I was hoping for. But if you are open and allowing that information to travel through, change will happen. But how can something change if you believe there is only ever that one person, or you are always going to be stuck in a negative workplace, or your life is always rubbish? Then that reality is being created, and those lower vibrational energies are being created around you, which is then affecting you, where you're becoming frustrated, you're losing hope, and you're also feeling that nothing ever good is coming in. So when a reader is providing you with insight, and you may not like what they're saying because it isn't what you want to hear, or you're projecting blame onto them for not seeing what you want them to see, how are you going to be ready to open yourself up to solutions? And I would say, don't go into a reading if you're not ready to hear fresh insight. It could be that a reading is just not the right thing for you at that time, because no reader wants you to walk away from a reading feeling disappointed, and you shouldn't. But equally, if you're not open to what's being said and open to pulling on your own resources for change, then that reading is not going to serve its purpose for you. And remember, authentic readers will have wider perspectives. They'll care about the service you receive, and I certainly do. I'm really passionate about my clients, and everyone is an individual. Every circumstance is different. And I like to have that openness and honesty and include you in the readings as well. I'll show you cards, and then you can look at the cards as well and see what is standing out to you. And that's really helping you build up your intuition and start seeing those signs for yourself that Spirit are trying to bring into you. So, for an example, if you apply for 3 jobs, a psychic may see that you'll definitely be offered a job in the next, say, 3 weeks, because they may be seeing all the signs that this is happening within this time frame. Times can be fluid, but, they have specifically looked at this and so, yeah, I can see this coming in. But they may not be able to say which one out of the 3 is going to be right for you. That's your decision. But what the reader is saying is you're definitely going to be offered a job, or they might not see that you're going to be offered a job from those 3 interviews. However, they might see something else coming in. So we can't sway your decisions either. We can't manipulate the path you take, but what we can do is provide details for you to be aware of, for you to make better informed decisions. And, no one should ever be putting their life on hold or living their life based on another person's actions, because ultimately you are precious. You have got the opportunity and energy to be able to better your life in some way, shape or form. And just bettering your life helps fill your soul. And this is why I always say about expectations. Bettering ourselves in small ways can impact us in bigger ways. And, I'm always an advocate for people understanding the steps that they can take from getting from A to B. And also empowering my customers and clients, because empowering is very important too. Because, and I always like to leave a bit of a time frame between readings if possible, because it's about allowing that energy to naturally form, develop, and for momentum to gather as well between readings. And the other thing I would like to touch upon as well is not only do I offer readings, but I also offer manifestation sessions. All of this is on my About page. They're very different sessions, but the readings that I'm talking about today will be provided safely, with integrity, and also as well, consider if you're ready for a reading, because it's important that you feel in a safe place in your well-being to have a reading. And I will always make sure that a customer, is feeling comfortable, or, and explore whether the reading is right for them on that day as well. And just doing a quick check-in before we start the reading too, to make sure that, they don't just feel obliged to have the reading, but, they're comfortable in that time to have it, because we can always rearrange. And as you can see, the way I'm cleansing these cards, I put a lot of effort into my tools. I just don't pick up cards randomly and undertake a reading. I cleanse all my tools this thoroughly. Now, these particular cards that I am cleansing at the moment, these are the Gothic Vampire Tarot that I've had for years, which are no longer in publication. But these I use a lot for different shadow work and really deep work. And I'm going to be conducting a reading with these. It is going to be a celebrity reading. And before I even think of delivering a reading with these cards, I will thoroughly cleanse them to make sure the energy is fresh. And this is what I do with all my tools for my customers. I'm very thorough. I respect all the tools that I have, because it is important to respect them. And also as well, I do have spirit energy, and you'll see some of my spirit energy captured in my videos. Now, servitors is another thing that I'm going to be talking about in future videos. So the spirits that are in my home, I did not conjure them. They come of their own free will through either my spell work or my meditation. And I've actually got several of them in my home. They are welcome. And I always say that, there's harm to none. I don't welcome in anything that's going to be a negative consequence within my home. And they will also be curious and will also come along in some readings as well. And there's a video, if you look on my playlists, where I'm using actually the Zombie Girl doll. She's called Zombie Girl. I wanted to call her Sally, but you could tell the spirit energy wasn't happy. They absolutely love being around her. And they're very good at providing guidance, and it's also like unbiased as well, because sometimes I will, I like to compare and contrast to see if my readings are on point, and the spirits here, they do help with that comparison. So I don't entrap spirits. Spirits will turn up, and my spell work, I have been there and I've captured the spirits who have turned up during my spell work, and they will come as a servitor. They can also leave of their own free will, and I always make things comfortable in my home. I mean, I'm not afraid that they're going to wander to pastures new, because I'm not their owner. I work alongside spirit. I don't own spirit. And it's about complementing one another. And it's important to have that respect as well, because energy is powerful. Universal energy is very powerful. And when you're tapping into it, you have to have ultimate respect, and it's patience as well. You can't just expect things to work on demand. It's like a contractual agreement that you work alongside universal energy. You work alongside spirit. You have to put the effort in. And this is why, as you can see, I'm putting the effort in here to ensure that the tools I use are cared for, they're loved. Now, this is where I use sage, but this sage I've had for a very long time. I use it very sparingly. I haven't purchased any new with a sage shortage across the world. The cleansing bundle I used was made up of different herbal energy. So I will use the sage as I am now to really give my cards a good purification. So I wouldn't just use lots of this sage, because I'm very caring for the environment as much as I can be. And I just wanted to clarify that before people say you were purchasing sage and this is going on in the world. I'm not doing that. I've got bags of it that I've had for a very long time. I've even got herbs that I bought 20 years ago, which I use sparingly in spell work, and they're very potent. And some customers have also had those herbs to help with certain energy clearances, which I feel that they need a little bit of an extra potency to help them along. So I hope you've enjoyed having this little bit of a chit chat from me, and I am going to be conducting live readings very soon, and I hope to see some of you there. I'm really looking forward to that. And I've prepared, I've planned, and I'm really excited as well, because I'm really looking forward to interacting with different people, and everyone's circumstance is individual, and I treat people with respect. I don't judge people, and I just hope today that you've enjoyed this. I also cleanse my hands in the sage smoke as well, because my hands are what I'm using to conduct the readings, and I just love giving them a good cleanse, and it feels really good. You can feel the energy lift in your hands when you cleanse with the sage smoke. And you can use mugwort, rosemary. There's so many cleansing herbs out there, and I'll probably do another video about that at another time. But I just wanted to say thank you for listening, and warm witchy blessings to all of you, whether it's day, night, evening. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you all very, very soon. Loves to all.